best thing to see in the autumn for me would be the different tree colours. Reds, browns, oranges, yellows. Even when they've fallen off the tree, I think they look quite pretty on the floor until we suck them all up.
We roughly get around anywhere between sort of 70 to 80 tonnes worth of leaves, which we take down to our barn, which then get recycled for leaf mulch.
It's a key time of year for us when we're changing the planting schemes over from the summer schemes to the winter schemes.
I'm looking at which ones aren't performing well enough to stay for another season, and I'm rearranging the colours a little to make it a bit more showy for next year.
These are all of the pumpkins that we grew this year in the kitchen garden, and they've been brought inside to have a final few weeks of ripening, and that really helps them to get hard skin, which makes them store better, and it also improves the flavour because the flesh sort of gets denser and sweeter. But hopefully we'll have them ready for Halloween because everyone wants them for Halloween.
Well, what we're doing this time of year, this is during October and early November, as we're bringing in the exotic plants, which are part of our national collection. It's Queen Mary II's exotics. So we've been bringing them in using a forklift truck. It's the easiest and most simple and safest way to bring these into the nursery.
We plant over 200,000 bulbs each autumn, so I think getting those all into the ground in time is probably the biggest challenge we face at that time of year.
We all suffer from backache. No, some of us suffer from backache, and you get into quite interesting positions while you're doing the planting, so you can see for yourself.
It's a time when we are thinking of our winter projects, which most of us find more interesting than the day-to-day maintenance of the summer months.
You can spray things or put in biological control after you've got a problem. But if you don't have the problem to begin with, that's the best way of tackling it. So keeping things clean, tidy, just really good housekeeping. It's a great way to stop problems just destroying all your crops.
Even visiting Home Park, where it begins to start looking a little bit bleaker now, and it looks lovely on some frosty mornings. If you can get out there, there's some great shots you can get by camera.
So the male deer normally all have the poor feeding area, and the females have all the good feeding area, and they all sort of stick together. The males are in the peak of what we would class as the fallow rut, which is in layman's terms mating season. Now they've got hatred for each other because they want to be alpha male to breed with all the females.
So we'd work up at the palace, giving rise to the visitors, and today, as it's near the end of the season, we're also working out the back. We want the least amount of impact out there. And horses do that. You can't find us if we're working out there because we don't make any noise. It's not like if you've got a chainsaw or a strimmer. There were 1 million of these horses 100 years ago. At the beginning of the First World War in England, there were 1 million shire horses. And now worldwide, there are only 1,500. You can't keep these horses as pets. They eat too much. A horse like that will eat a dustbin full of short feed a day plus hay, So they have to have a job. And they're happier working. You get to meet loads of people, and you get to tell them things about the horses and the palace, and I never get fed up. I say the same things over and over again about these horses, but I never get fed up with talking about them, They're my babies, really, so there you go.
We've got a wonderful bunch of people, all ages, all personalities.
At lunchtime we get a chance to play pool or darts, where we have a friendly competition for a nominal fee. Yeah, well, I've played for the last 27 years, so I keep my hand in, but I don't tell them that.
Got a radio, we've got towels, power tools, beer. Been doing the raffle for about 15 years. TV. Started off just in the actual gardens, then it got to known throughout the palace, and we've just gone bigger and bigger over the years.
Some people get carried away buying tickets. They'll buy 60 quid to £100 worth of tickets.
I just like raising the money for different charities.
Yeah, we always put forward a selection of charity options each year, and then we'll kind of vote amongst us which one we all feel is the most worthwhile.
Yeah, I'm quite proud, I'm following in Capability Brown's footsteps, and he's probably one of our most famous gardeners, and yeah, I'll be glad to pass that on to my grandchildren and children that I've been part of working in such a spectacular place.
You can start with a seed and end up with a tree.
The tree behind me is a tree that I planted in 1977. This tree thrives in amongst other trees.
We're just on a journey here looking after these gardens.
It wasn't a dead straight boring stem, and also it's got very attractive deep veined bark, which is another reason why I selected the tree.
and I think that sort of seeing that transformation is a wonderful thing to be able to do and to work with those sort of things.